Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aries. If Aries is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. Okay, and so our card is the Queen of Discs, the absolute Earth Mama, right? Yes. Love that Capricorn energy. Oh, and these beautiful symbols. All right. Yeah, this is beautiful. And let's start right here, okay? We have, it looks like a house, and it has a flower growing out of the top of it. You can see the door here. And below it looks like we have maybe a tree or a person. It also kind of looks like a person who's kind of all bundled up, walking through the snow maybe. We also have a rose. You can see the petals here, okay? So, with that Queen of Discs, I am quite sure that we are thinking very much about our little nest, about being warm and cozy and everything being in its place, ready for the long night's sleep, right? Yes, well, and I also think really this is a lot about bringing together your resources, storing away not only physical resources, not only monetary resources, but really your vital energies. With that Capricorn energy, we think of these long nights, these cold weathers, getting into those winter months. And I know if you are in the southern hemisphere, it's quite the opposite. But I also know it may be so hot that some days you do go find yourself hiding in that AC, or at least in a room that has a fan blowing and the windows open so you can find a little reprieve from the hot. So also resting and gathering those resources. Now we have the flower growing. So I do think this is quite a blessed time. This is a time of a lot of messaging coming through. A time when there is kind of a... Well, I like to think of the Queen of Discs not just as somebody who can get a lot of money together. You know, they're good at what they do. They, kind of run things, which maybe that's true. Yeah, that could be. But I also think of somebody who maybe comes from a humble background, but they're very resourceful, very skilled. Have taught themselves to do a lot of things. They maybe don't have a lot of money. They're not living on the house on the hill, but you would never tell that they are lacking for much because they live life in a posture of gratitude, of, really doing for self, doing for their community, taking care of those they love, and, just, well, hello, you little chirpy kitty. And really just, I'm trying to think of, it's just like a feeling of sharing knowledge, right? And being sure, there's this meme that I always post whenever I see it. And next time it comes up in my memories or something, I'll post it on the channel. But it is basically the sentiment of we've done so much with so little for so long. We now can do anything with nothing. And that's a vibe, really. And that's something that I myself really identify with. I don't come from a lot of money. I've been poor for a long time and most of my adult life. But I was never poor of love and passion for things, of educating myself, of, learning and finding a way to experience the things that the universe had for me. And I think that, this is something that kind of gets lost on a lot of people now is that, we're really enamored by the aesthetic of things, of material things. And I'm not anti-materialist at all. Obviously I live in the same world as anybody else here. Oh, can you get down? Thank you. You can't crawl on my shoulder like that while I'm doing a reading, Missy. And so, there's finding a balance in it all, okay? Finding your happiness in things. And with these roses, I think of the garden, being in the garden, finding things, and it doesn't have to be the garden, but finding the things that you are devoted to. Now, anybody who raises beautiful roses knows how dedicated you must be and educated. They are pretty finicky, pretty fickle, the roses. Not the gardener. Maybe the gardener too, I don't know. Finding the thing that speaks to you, finding the thing that you can invest your time, your love, your appreciation, all of this. You couldn't be more wealthy if you have something you care for. And I don't just mean your kids or family or a romantic partner. All of these things are wonderful as well, of course, but they don't always have to be the thing that fills you up, right? It's important that we go out into the world and we find things. We find, one thing, two things, a lot of things that leave us excited. We want to know more. I can't wait to come back and do this again. Or, I'm going to read the whole series of this book. I'm going to read all of this author's book. I want to know about all of the artists in this, school of artistry, this genre, whatever it is. And I'm just using these as examples. But, sometimes we can go about our life, we can forget that we have the opportunity to be excited about things. It is silly, but I think that even as adults now, and I think this was something it used to be before the internet, prior to the internet, it used to be that when you were a kid, you would worry about what everybody thought about your extracurriculars, the things that you were into, a little bit shy about it. Somebody might make fun of you. You might get a little bullied about it. Well, now, with the internet, you have to worry about adults bullying you. And that's ridiculous. I mean, it just, we should be able to enjoy the things that we enjoy. And if that is something that helps transport you, it lifts your mood, it gets you motivated and as I said, I keep saying excited about something, then good. Yeah, good. So, I hope that you have your thing. If you don't, you know what? Maybe I'm a little bit jealous, because then that means you get to go out into the world. You get to start trying things, start looking for your next big love affair with a hobby or an interest, something to research. And you might be saying, Lenore, I don't have the time for all of this. I'm busy. I work a lot. I have a family. It's hard for me to stay focused on things. And I understand that. I get that. Even if it is just for a few minutes a day or, 15 minutes a week, whatever it is. I do challenge you to take hold of your life. Go find something for yourself. Even if it's just taking a walk in the park, you could become one of those people. I am one of those people that likes to feed the birds and watch them eat, watch their interactions. You would be amazed at how much these little simple things really lift your spirit. Every morning I go out and feed my birds. They're not really mine, but we share a world together. We are kin in some way, and I look forward to it, even on the days that I don't want to go out in the cold, but I know that they're waiting for me, and I know that I get to visit with them for even just a moment, and that makes me very happy. And so I hope for you that you find something like this. Hello, TT. She likes the birds as well. She likes to watch them out the windows. Don't you? Okay. So it looks like we have somebody who has like a little bag, maybe. They're carrying some kind of little bag. I see some people kind of dancing, entangled with one another. We also have a little heart. And it looks like somebody, even like, I imagine whistling, okay? And there's a 3 in that whistle. Don't push over Papa Lake Butt, please. You get your tail out of there. Come over here. I'm going to hold you. Come on. I know it's late. You want to go to bed. I understand. But I have to do this reading. I have to finish it. I started it, and I'm in it. I'm in this one. So I feel like we are traveling. There's a merriment about it. I wonder if you are coming together with your family soon. The holidays are coming up, so this would make sense. I don't see a lot of conflict. I feel like you have been looking forward to this, actually, and I think that you're going to be enjoying yourself, which is, I love seeing that, because a lot of the readings have been anxieties about, families and old things and so on. But I really feel like this one is a sense of dancing, of connection, of, singing and speaking to one another. And, I feel like there's traveling, but also it could be that you're transported back to a time. There's that moment where you recapture that feeling of being a child among your family at some kind of like big family event, maybe a big, gathering for the holidays, and how magical that feels to be surrounded by people who love you and who are enjoying each other. And when you're young, and this is something that we find out as we get older, and especially if we are the ones that host things or have kids and so on, the holidays are magical, but they are a lot of it is magic because there are people spending a lot of time and effort putting putting them together and creating that magic. And so it feels like maybe the torch has been passed to you. But in all of it, and all of the busyness and stress and trying to coordinate everybody and herd cats, basically, you feel those moments of togetherness, those moments of, the little joys, and if I'm talking about this and maybe you are spending your holidays by yourself, maybe your family has passed, transitioned, this happens, sometimes we find ourselves quite alone. A few years ago, before I met my husband, Paul, shout out to Devin Serpentero, I spent quite a few holidays by myself, and so I can understand in a way what that's like, and how that it can be something that you don't look forward to. You just it kind of it amplifies the pain of bygone times, and so I want you to know that you are loved, okay? And I understand that maybe this isn't a joyous time for you, but I also, if you are able in any way, able to go somewhere where other people are doing things. There are often places that have little meals or little gatherings, especially if you have any kind of tie to a church or your community. If you are older, there are a lot of places that have holiday community gatherings, because, you're probably not the only person who is missing family. So, instead of really just kind of shutting the windows, pulling the curtains, and secluding yourself from the world during these times, which, again, I understand. I spent years doing that. I really did. And, and it can be hard to pull yourself out of that, but I challenge you to be proactive, to find a way to at least be with one other person, visit with somebody. You would be amazed how many people don't have family close or somebody to spend their day with. And even if you go to maybe a rest home or something like this, there are often, little parties and times to visit with people. You might not even know the people at all, but they, I'm sure, would very much appreciate having a visitor, having somebody to talk with, to sit with, to tell their stories, to, just kind of watch TV together, whatever it is. So, I just, there are possibilities out there. There are, and if you happen to be in an, you need some help finding something, and I feel passionate about this, email me. If you can find my email in the description if you want, and if you feel comfortable sharing with me. Don't do it in the comments, please. But you can email me. I can help you look for, I'm pretty savvy on the internet. I can find something, some kind of event. I can help you find something to go to. Or to volunteer or whatever. And so if you need any kind of assistance there, or if you would just like to have a little exchange, I would be very happy to have a conversation with you on email. So anyways, it is, Ula is here at gmail.com. Okay, and it is in the description of the video. All right, so we also have this person down here who is kind of in a a bit of a repose there. So there will be some rest as well. And I really do think, I feel like there is a sense of a jovial energy. We have a smiley face up here. And, you know, with the repose, yes, there will be a sense of vitality coming back together, and that's what that house is all about as well. And oh my goodness, you are such a little baby, you know that? Huh? You just take it, whenever she can get on the lap or be held, especially when my daughter has, no, don't you clean yourself on me. If you want to clean your undercarriage, you go do that over there. Don't hiss me. I'm going to set you down. Go on now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. Go on now. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, yes. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups up here, the Holy Grail, the vessel of the emotional waters, and a place where we really do kind of get in touch with the ability to not just control our emotions. It's not about controlling the emotions, but to really channel the emotionality, those energies that come through. And as we have, the Grail is a vessel, the vessel of the sacred waters. And so this seems really important. There is a sense of, while working on how you're feeling, putting it to use. Okay. And so, as we talked about, you know, being proactive. If you're feeling glum, if you're feeling down, if things are, you know, not how you wanted them to be, it's, you know, time to find a way to kind of change it, to reframe. And you know, there are plenty of ways to do that. Don't get yourself into a corner, you know, where it feels unchanging. But on the other hand, there's a lot of joy. I can feel the joy in this reading. So I don't think it's so much that, but, you know, I feel there's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of just the warmth. There's a warmth here. And so, what else do we have? We have a person who is kind of, and it looks like maybe coming to meet somebody who is, I'm trying to think. It almost feels like a grandparent. Maybe a grandparent or an elder, maybe some kind of elder, somebody, and I think this is somebody who who is really attached to you and through spirit. They maybe are transitioned, but I feel almost like in some way you are, you've kind of taken on their role, or you in the family. You are maybe the one that brings people together. You make things happen. You kind of, if you're not hosting, you're making sure that everything is kind of, you know, all the communications are there, and you are kind of that glue that keeps the family wanting to see each other and such. So, you know, I think it's an important time, and I think that you are really taking this role within your people. You know, it's very important to you. and as it should be, you know. And so there's a lot of power in all of this. Okay. Hello, TT. Once again, get your no buns in there. Okay, so we have the Dreamer's deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams, the I Know collection. Really, TT? I need the camera. All right, we're going to stop right here. I'm going to flip this over and read it with you. It says, I know that nothing, TT, come on. Come on, girl. I know that nothing can get in the way of what is meant for me. I am on the right path. Well, TT can get in the way of the card, but nothing can get in the way of what is meant for you. You are on the right path. Remind yourself of that, please. I know I do. I have to constantly. All right. Excuse me. So, Aries, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really helps the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And, I want to mention, if you subscribe, it is free. It doesn't cost anything. It is something that you can do. There's no membership or anything like that. Other than that, if you would like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They are very important to this channel because we like to know who is here and how you're feeling, what's going on in your life. How are these readings resonating with you? All right, Aries, so I'm going to say thank you. I love you, and we will talk again real soon.